Hey y'all, Hartley Blair here. I want to thank you so much for coming out, supporting my fellow students and me, and sitting on these very uncomfortable seats. Trust me, I know, that's a decade's worth of experience on those seats talking there. I have a few fun things lined up for us today, all kicking off with a documentary about the journey of Talboy and its mission. Now said, ball in.
The history of Talboy kind of started quite naturally. I just started wearing them to school, and then kids asked, like, hey, where can I get a pair of those? I love those. And then for me, I kind of just saw it as a way to, share what I love.
Talboy to date has been a coming of age story. It's been the story of a brand that was unintentional, came from a place of love. I made Hartley a pair of Talboy pants. We designed them, we got some towels. He was really little. We made him these pants when he was about 4 years old. He loved the pants so much, he wore them every day. The only time he wasn't wearing them is when they were in the wash. At the time, his cousin, Carling Jr., was living with us. She started calling him Talboy, and it stuck.
He wore these towel pants after swimming, going to bed. He's waking up, he's putting them on. And I remember turning to him one time, and I know he's reading these comic books. I'm like, oh, he's a boy, superhero. I was like, you're Talboy. Like, that's gonna be your name. You're Talboy.
And then you fast forward, moving to Bali, where he was given the opportunity at Greenstone to produce ethically at the school, knowing the sewers and being able to source pre-loved towels and taking the sustainable avenues. He slowly started to grow the business. And of course, as a mother, and Hartley being so young, I was there to help him and guide him and work with him collaboratively, and it was beautiful.
So that year, in 5th grade, I was doing my footprints project, and I decided to do it on Talboy.
Eco-friendly, and also the third solution is Talboy. These are all made sustainably by Pasteur.
His presentation was on Talboy, and then at that point, he started just slowly selling them after that.
And I started to expand my products and upping my production. And then over the next 2-3 years in middle school, it was just more growth, reaching out, meeting new seamstresses, creating new products. I was, doing shorts, hoodies, ponchos, pants, starting to really learn more about how to run a business, where to source the towels from, how to manage a team of people. I feel that if I was just to come here to Bali, make a clothing line, take all the money, use it for myself, that would be the right thing to do. So I always support, either local businesses or local scholars programs, because I feel like it's the least you can do if you're coming to another person's home and, working with them.
Look at nice.
Man, look at that.
In 8th grade, I did my quest.
Something I am especially proud of is how Talboy is a quad impact operation. One may ask, what is quad impact? Well, quad impact means that Talboy focuses on 4 aspects that aspire to make the world better. Number 1, it's locally made. Number 2, locally sourced. Number 3, employs local women. And number 4, has a local outreach motivation.
Talboy is really important because the earlier we get kids to make choices, the sooner things will change. Buying Talboy means you're in the recycling world. You're in the cradle-to-cradle world. You're in such a better world than buying another piece of junk fashion.
The fact that it comes from Hartley, who is a teenager and has been doing this since he was a little kid, it comes from a very genuine place, and you can show how much care and love is put into it. And I think that really is what differentiates it from so many other brands.
He never had some master plan of what Talboy was going to be. He kind of just started doing what he loved to do, and then the demand was so great. All of our community of friends and family, it's like a Talboy campaign all the time.
What I mainly do is I ship all my towels. I'll prepare for the whole year, make my collections, and I'll ship it all to Canada, where then I'll do a pop-up. It's very lucky because I don't have to do too much advertising, because my biggest advertisement is just through word of mouth. I'll sell somebody a piece, and then their friend will see a piece and get in contact with me.
So I've been able to build up a strong and large community of customers who are, repeat customers or people who are really interested about the product.
He was probably surprised at what a great reception he had to the product. I mean, everyone who saw it loved it. It was very whimsical, it was very personal, and each piece was unique. And I think, in today's fashion landscape, having pieces that are really individual is important to people.
The design process is the towel chooses what it wants to be. If the towel is super thick, bit on the heavier side, big, we'll use it for a big handbag. If it is light, material is nice and comfortable, then we'll use it for some shorts. If I see a big, nice towel with a nice design of a sunset on it or a nice, long, big pattern, then maybe I'll turn that into a hoodie where you can put down the back and clearly see it. If I see a long, a lady standing up or somebody lying down, that could be you incorporated into a robe so you can get maximum view of it. These two, I was lucky to get two people, these are two different towels, standing up, kind of similar animation styles, much similar texture, very similar texture, and good length. So turn them into pants. So if somebody is looking at a pair of pants made unethically, unsustainably, and they're looking at my pair of pants, and they choose mine and don't get that pair, then I believe I've succeeded.
I still think we're only really scratching the surface as an industry at really addressing so many things regarding sustainability and the huge environmental footprint of the industry, but I'm hopeful that we're heading in the right direction, even if sometimes it feels like we take 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards.
Fast fashion takes so much water, labor, it's horrible. With Towel Boy, we waste towels every day, hotels, factories, but these Towel Boy, look at how sick they are. Woo! If you want to look fashionable like me, get yourself a Towel Boy.
I think the trickiest part of it is to be sustainable. Because I think often that you can find something that's like fun for a little bit, but actually to make something sustainable means you need to have endurance, you need to persevere, and you need to find a way for it to self-sustain as well. So it needs to come away from like your own ego and be something that you actually are empowering others to be part of.
So you guys can keep wearing it, but you can also change back. It's up to you. I think it looks great.
I love it.
Cowboy is an advertisement that you're not lining up at the local supermarket for another ugly thing. Cowboy sets a position, it gives you a position to speak from.
I don't know if I want to grow too massive. I think there's beauty in staying smaller, because I would like to expand my impact. That might not be through selling products, that could be through education, raising awareness. Because I feel a lot of people don't know what the issues are.
Waking up, her without pajamas. When I stand, it's gonna be a lot of drama.
A businessman was walking the beach in a small fishing town when he came across a fisherman sitting on the beach enjoying the sunset with his family. He walked up to the fisherman and said, "I have an MBA from Harvard, and I believe you should expand your fishing operation." The fisherman looked up to him and said, "How should I do that?" "Well, first, you need to stay out fishing longer so you can catch more fish to sell and be able to hire more fishermen to work for you." The fisherman asked, "And then what?" "Well, then you'll have enough fish to start selling at a larger scale." "And then what?" "Well, then you'll be so large you can take your company public, go to Wall Street, float your shares in the stock exchange, and become very rich." One last time, the fisherman asked, "And then what?" "Well, then you can retire, move to a relaxing seaside village, and enjoy the sunsets with your family." The fisherman, with a twinkle in his eye, said, "Is that not what I'm already doing?" So let's think about this for a moment. 100 billion. 100 billion new garments are produced every single year. 60% of the material being made, these garments are made out of, are plastic. And up to half of these garments are never even sold. If you take a look at this black line here, you can see that since 2000, clothing production has doubled. But that blue line shows us that the amount of times a piece is worn has gone down, 40%. We are making more and using less. That red dotted line, our world GDP. That purple one, clothing sales. We are making more clothes than we can even afford to buy. So when people tell me I need to market more, scale more, and sell more, I think that they miss the picture. That is what got us into the situation we are in to begin with. We need to change how we think about this. But it is not all dire, because luckily there is a solution. And that solution is us, all of us. Each one of us has the power to choose what we buy and where we buy it from. We all have the choice to support ethical and environmental companies. Now more than ever, all the information we need to make educated decisions are at our fingertips. It is up to us. We are the consumers. But it is hard to know which companies are doing good and which companies are greenwashing. And that is why I've continued to run Talboy, because I want to give people a clothing option that actually helps the environment and the people in it. Siapa lagi kalau bukan kita? If not us, then who? This quote is one that represents a large part of why I still run Talboy. Through all the times we've been hard, I felt burnt out, literally wanted to throw the towel in, I think back to this quote. Because if I'm not running Talboy, that means somebody could be out there making an unethical clothing decision when they could have been making a better one, or less people educated about the detrimental effects of fast fashion. One thing I've learned over the past 8 years of running Talboy is that you can't wait for somebody else to do something for you. If you want something to get done, you have to go out, take action, and do it yourself. A wise man once told me that people are visual, and statistics can sometimes go in one ear and out the other. So let me paint you some pictures. 25 bathtubs worth of water. Your blue jeans. 45 bathtubs worth of water. One t-shirt. 56 bathtubs worth of water. Your hoodie. Clothing production, the fashion industry accounts for 10% of all global pollution, double that of all air and maritime travel combined, and it's only going up. For those of you who are still thinking about the expansion opportunities around Talboy, I get it. I'm still a businessman at heart, and I'm a firm believer that in order to give back and give money, you must be able to first learn how to make it. And there are many ethical ways one can go about this, such as sourcing materials from overstock, secondhand markets, or collaborating with companies. One way that Talboy is ethically grown is through doing custom orders using customers' old towels. I found this inspires people because they have a deeper connection to the piece, as usually have a sentimental value, sentimental connection to the towels. And they know that they're doing something good, helping reduce waste. I'm not opposed to expanding, but even if it was done sustainably, I would not want to bring any more materials into this world that was not already here. Speaking of expansion, I've been working tirelessly on expanding my collection and arsenal of designs. So without further ado, let's run the fashion show.
Always that, always the plan.
And then you all walk out after. Thank you. So feel free. Perfect. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Alrighty, we can wrap that up. I want to give a big thank you to my family, my mom, who I couldn't have done this without. Oh no. My dad, my sisters who supported me through this whole time, and Green School for having me for the past 10 years. You know, just so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much.